All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, and Errol Spence Jr. Ryan owes some money and is saying that Gervonta got lucky. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we are going to be talking about the lightweight division and the welterweight division. Specifically, Ryan Garcia saying some pretty wild things about Gervonta Tank Davis and owing Errol Spence Jr. some money that he has not paid up yet. Don't have people come looking for you, Ryan. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, thank you for watching the video. And please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. If you're a longtime supporter to the channel, thank you for watching the video as usual. And let's get into this. All right, so we had the big fight this weekend. Gervonta Tank Davis beats Rolly Romero by 6th round knockout. And there's a whole lot of people that got suckered out of money by both Las Vegas and by Rolly Romero. Now, what do I mean by that? There's a lot of people that were decided that they were going to pour a lot of money on Rolly Romero to beat Gervonta Tank Davis. And as the fight got closer, the odds shrunk and shrunk and shrunk for Rolly Romero and Gervonta Davis. It went from like a minus 1,500 or minus 2,000 and a plus 1,500 all the way down to like a minus 1,000 plus 550, which meant that if you put money on Rolly, you could win you could win some money, right? Made it easier and made people feel like, okay, this fight may be closer than what a lot of people are saying. And that credit for that goes to Rolly Romero for talking a very, very good game. Had people like Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia believe in the hype. And as a result, people lost a whole lot of money. Rolly had said in the lead into the fight, bet your house on me. You get rich, I get rich, we all get rich. If you had listened to that con job, you'd be broke, they'd be broke, we'd all be broke. I kept my money in my pocket because I had better sense than to bet on that. However, that is not the case for Ryan Garcia, who bet Errol Spence Jr. $20,000 and then just revealed this afternoon that he has still not paid that man. He was on somebody's Twitter, on Instagram page and talking about the bet and said some pretty interesting things. First and foremost, he said that he thought that Rolly Romero, he said he doesn't care what anybody said. Rolly Romero was winning that fight. And he said, but he said, yeah, I'm going to pay Errol his money, and then faked like he was looking for his numbers. Like, man, how do we get Errol on this chat? Can somebody add him? How do we get him on here? How do we invite Errol to get on the chat? But I got Errol's number. So, I'll call him, just so people know I'm going to pay him. Right out that mouth, hey, dude, he ain't got no intention whatsoever of paying Errol Spence Jr. that $20,000. And I just hope Errol Spence Jr. didn't take him too seriously and ain't out there looking for that man saying, hey, man, give me my money. You made that wager. Don't play. But Danny Garcia warned him, man. Danny Garcia warned him. He said, man, don't play with them bands. Right when Ryan Garcia was like, yeah, man, I'll bet you $20,000. And you can look on the expression in the face of Errol Spence Jr. look like, man, this dude is about to give me some free money, because anybody with common sense, and here we're going to get on to the boxing part of this, man, anybody with common sense knew what was going to happen in that fight. That Rolly Romero was not going to be able to beat Gervonta Davis. Yes, he's a good fighter. He's a powerful puncher, but he has so many gaps in his game that it was just a matter of time before Gervonta found one and stopped that dude. And I don't want to hear anything about, how Rolly how Rolly was winning the fight, because the plan was never for the fight to go the distance with Gervonta. Gervonta was just biding his time, being patient, fighting on the back foot, waiting for Rolly to tire himself out, and then boom, was going to catch him with something big. He actually almost caught him in the 4th and the 5th round with something big, but it just barely missed. And by the time the 6th round got there, it was similar to what happened with Leo Santa Cruz. If you look at the Leo Santa Cruz Gervonta fight, you could tell that 3 punches before, Gervonta Davis threw 3 uppercuts in a row. 3 uppercuts in a row and no other punches, and the 3rd uppercut found its way home. Gervonta figured him out, was like, all right, this is what I'm going to hit you with. And it was only a matter of time before he hit Leo Santa Cruz with it and took him out of there. It was going to be the same thing for Rolly Romero with that counter right hand, that counter left hook. And I just have to wonder what was Ryan Garcia looking at and thinking about when he made that bet for that fight? I would have taken the money on that, and I don't got $20,000 to pay. Obviously, like Ryan Garcia, who did not immediately call him up and say, okay, here you go. Here's this $20,000 if you want to take $20,000. I think that you could take that bet and put that in the law and all of the other conversations of these wild bets people make, like Jake Paul betting Gervonta Davis $2 million. He ain't got no intention on paying up for that. Errol and Terrence Crawford say, I bet you $1 million. How about we put him $1 million on it? When they were talking, man, those guys ain't about to bet no $1 million on no boxing match. If they did, they'd be nuts, and they ain't smart enough, and they wouldn't have been smart enough to get where they in life, tossing around $1 million bet like that. They as big a names as they are and as popular as they are not making Floyd Mayweather Jr. They're not making Elon Musk type of money. And those are the only people that should be running around talking about betting $1 million on this or betting $1 million on that. Because it's just $1 million is a ton of money to be betting on something that can go either way, and everybody knows it. But that particular one, man, Ryan was out of his mind. However, Ryan did let it be known that Gervonta Davis said and was yelling at him in the ring, you're next, you're next, you're next, right? So Ryan is saying, hey, man, we're going to be fighting in December. But in the meantime, his fight was just announced. An upcoming fight for him was just announced today with I believe it's July 16th in LA, for him to fight a fight that he should have fought a year ago or a year and a half ago with Javier Fortuna. Not a completely soft touch fight, but somebody that really did get handily beat by Jojo Diaz I do believe in his last fight. So, but Javier Fortuna is a guy that I do believe moved up from 126 to 130 to 135. I don't think I haven't seen him look good in the ring really since he gave Robert Easter a lot of problems when he fought Robert Easter a couple years ago for his belt. But man, Ryan, hey man, I'm trying to stick with Ryan Garcia, man, but acting as if Gervonta Davis was losing that fight and being dumb enough to pay to bet $20,000 for Errol Spence, I gotta wonder about your decision-making process there, man. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.